PC gaming. You know it, I know it, and my boy Ninja knows it.
4-player, stream, sniping.
But what if I told you, you didn't actually know jack? Because before Steam, before Battle.net, and before the Epic Games Store, in the year 1997, Sega was developing something so revolutionary, the world would not realize its importance till nearly a decade later. Heat.net was a service that has been completely lost to time. However, it was one of the earliest examples of a centralized online gaming world that with services like Xbox Live and the PlayStation Network are now just everyday things. But remember, the key thing here, this was launched in 1997. I mean, it's honestly hard to believe that back then a service with leaderboards and online chat could have existed back then. But it did, and here's the service's story. This is Sega's forgotten Steam killer. So Sega did a lot of things, and also liked being ahead of the curve rather than riding behind the tech bandwagon. So when the online age of gaming was on the way, they decided to act fast. They did not want to be seen as behind the times. They wanted to be cool, and cool as hell. So CEO at the time, Bernie Stoller, decided to push hard on online gaming. He pushed internally for a service that would later be called Heat.net. And while it did not at the time light the flame, it did start a spark that would eventually fuel the flame of platforms like Steam. Heat.net actually had a list of 3 core beliefs that I want to actually read because it is so insane it's hard to believe. These 3 core beliefs are as follows. Total peace through cyber violence. Kill pixels, not people. Cyber bullets do not in fact cause pain. It is so funny that they promoted this service as a pro-cyber violence service. So real violence they obviously condemn because that's wrong. But what's funny about this wording is you could actually still technically call them a service that was pro-violence, which is really funny because they don't claim they're not against violence, they're just against cyber violence. So technically they're still pro a form of violence. You know what's also interesting? A lot of PC games were on this service. Heat.net had support in some capacity for games like the original Baldur's Gate, Diablo, and even Quake 2. Definitely heavy hitters of their day. Now, while this service never caught on, it is quite interesting that no one talks about this platform today. It truly was ahead of its time and very interesting to look back on, because a lot of its DNA is core to what online gaming is today. And I thank you all for listening to this video, and if you're interested in subscribing, please subscribe. You know, I'll never say no to that. Anyway, gamers, farewell and goodbye.